This Pixel 7 Pro looks as broken as I sound sick, but unlike my cold, it won't be going away by itself. It's going to need a little operation to get back on its feet. It hasn't taken someone long to damage their Google Pixel 7, and instead of repairing it, they've chosen to sell it on. Besides the damage to the screen, the remainder of the device is in great condition. I purchased this phone online in its current condition for $400 Australian, or around $265 US. That's $900 cheaper than a new one on the Australian Google Store. A bargain? I think so. With a broken Pixel in my hands, there's no better time to try out Google's self-repair program. They've partnered with iFixit to sell parts for the Pixel 2 and newer. That's 6 generations of devices, almost every single Google Pixel phone ever released. Compared to other companies' self-repair programs, Google certainly offers the most amount of parts. The new display and adhesive for Google's latest phone sent me back $362. It's time we begin heating up the front display on a heat plate before we begin working on lifting up the display. I've completed a teardown and repair assessment for the Google Pixel 7, however not the 7 Pro. Despite this, I'm assuming the internals and opening procedure will be almost identical. The big difference is this phone's screen is badly shattered, meaning a suction cup won't be able to help us lift it up. But also, the screen has lost its rigidity, so it will fall apart as we remove it. As we begin to lift up the display, we can see that it is separated into 3 parts, but as we're replacing it, it doesn't matter. We'll need to get it disconnected before we can fully remove it. Its flex cable is located under this metal bracket. On the Pixel 6, there's a screw holding it in, but on the 7, it's a stubborn clip. A backwards move that could result in someone puncturing the battery trying to remove it. I managed to deform mine, but it was easy enough to bend back into place. With the cable free, it's time to pull off the remainder of the display. Well, there's no fooling anyone into believing this screen still works. Before attaching the new display, I'll first need to remove all the old adhesive left behind by the old screen. When I did this to a Pixel 7, it put up a fight, but I'm having no issue on this Pixel 7 Pro. I guess this process could go either way. But I did get tricked by a black piece up the top. It's not adhesive, just part of the housing. With that, all the old remnants of the destroyed screen are gone, and thanks to this phone's construction, we don't have to dive any further inside to complete the screen replacement. In fact, this whole procedure is a pretty straightforward repair when compared to most other flagship phones. It's now time to unbox our new parts. I was kind of expecting them to show up in some special Google boxes or something, but they've just been packaged up like normal iFixit parts, which of course is totally fine. But I was a little concerned with receiving the display in just a padded envelope, because shipping companies aren't always the nicest when it comes to protecting your parcels. This display is looking fantastic. It's great to be able to source genuine parts, and as of making this video, the difference between this genuine screen and one for sale elsewhere is usually only the matter of $10 to $20 difference, and some of those aftermarket screens require you to somehow transfer the fingerprint reader. It's not at all worth the hassle for a $20 saving. So I can totally see people utilizing Google's genuine parts. By using the genuine adhesive to secure it all down, it should also be just as water and dust resistant as before. There's a bit of tape to remove before we can go ahead and attach the display onto the phone. As the connector is recessed beneath the heatsink, it makes it a bit hard to connect. But once it's attached, it's time for a test. There's a big sticker saying I need to remove the screen protector and not touch the screen while powering up the phone, as it will do some auto calibration. I'm not quite sure what auto calibration it completed because, like usual, the fingerprint reader doesn't work with the new screen. I'll need to recalibrate it later using my computer. We'll shut down the Google Pixel 7 Pro and continue with the reassembly. There is plenty of plastic protective film to come off. The two upper pieces on the display were really stuck on. If you're doing this yourself, I'd recommend taking them off prior to attaching the display's flex cable. There's also a hidden plastic film over the camera lens. Miss that and you won't have a selfie camera. With all the plastic film removed, I can attach the display's retaining bracket and close up the display, firmly pressing it into place. The last thing left to do is recalibrate the fingerprint reader. For this, I'll attach the phone to a computer and place the phone into fast boot mode. Using Google Chrome and Google's Pixel repair site, I can run the calibration. Once complete, it will reboot and you'll find it still doesn't work. That's because you need to restart the phone one more time. Then the fingerprint function will work on the new display. This process has been the case from the Pixel 6 and onwards. While this means you need to do an extra step after repair, it doesn't prohibit you from replacing your Pixel's display. And with that, we're done. So this is it, a repaired Google Pixel 7 Pro. Cost totaling 762 Aussie dollars or around 500 US. This was a really quick and easy repair with all calibration tools being accessible online. No need to call up a special call center or technician to initiate the calibration like we experienced with Apple's self-repair program. It's always great to see another company selling genuine parts to consumers. And on that note, this has been a Hugh Jeffries video. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing and check out the phone restoration playlist for more videos just like this one. And if you're looking for any used devices, be sure to check out my online store, link for which is down in the description. That's all for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.